Thanks for staying with us. Joining us now on the show is a fashion designer, the creative lead designer at the Glam Girls. She's also a real estate investor and MD at Property Matchmaker Limited. Welcome with us, a glam girl herself, Safiya Diejomah in the building.
Thank
How you doing?
Mariah.
So for many people who don't know, we met Safiya last year. I think it was Tucker that met her at an event.
Right.
I just told her that ladies of your view are having a 10th year anniversary. And she agreed to style us like in seconds. She just agreed. And suddenly she came up with the theme for all the ladies, and we're so grateful for that amazing stuff. Hopefully at some point we'll try to show the pictures for those of you that didn't see it. But how are you doing? How is work?
I'm great. I'm doing well.
And it was your birthday on Saturday.
Yes, it was. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank
saw
you
your
so
photo
much.
shoots. I hope we are going to see the pictures.
I hope so too.
Yeah. So how is the fashion industry? I mean, because it's always a difficult thing when you see all types of styles, and you're wondering, okay, do we have an African style? Do we have what is uniquely ours? We see a lot of styles that seem so foreign. You know how you go for AMVC and in the past, Oscars, people used to sit down and watch how those Oscars, and we used to appreciate how ours was decent, but now, people are just like the Oscars.
Okay.
So what are your, how has been the revolution for you? What do you think about the whole thing?
So there is contemporary fashion, and we have owned it. African fashion is flamboyant. Okay. We as Nigerians are flamboyant. We are extra. And so I think that's the major thing for us. And so everything we do, we take it extra, even more than the originators. Right. So yes, I see where you come from, where you say we even overdo more than the people who started this whole fashion thing. But it's a personal thing. Fashion is very personal and very expressive. So you'll see that fashion is interpreting what the individual wants to communicate. So for someone who is flamboyantly dressed, it could mean that person is confident or happy. And then for another person, it could just be the person is modest. And that really speaks to that person's innate character. Okay. So for me, that's what fashion really is.
I like that you said it has to be personal to the person. So, you know, some people would redefine what decency means. As a law student, I used to hear that long skirt was too long to be decent. But the rule was to be dressed decently.
Right.
And so how would you say this scantily dress fashion flair for a person, how would you say it interprets a person's expression? Is it confidence, or is it just, you know, something in our face? Because recently the First Lady was addressing Africans and saying, this is not who we are. We are not at the MET gala every time where, how would you say scantily dressed women? What would you say they express?
What do they express, or what do they portray?
Yes.
So again, I say it's individual. So people are communicating different things. Mariah whispered insecurity. So yes, for some people, their insecurities actually come across when you see them scantily dressed. And for some other people, it's not that they're insecure per se. They probably just want to go with a trend and want to feel, there's this thing called fear of losing out. I don't want to lose out of this trend that is going on. Me too, I will wear it. Me too, I will do my own. Me too, I will give them, you know? So,
giving them, eh?
So that could be it for some people. There's another thing called personal sense of style. Some people have, Auntie Annie is not here. She has a personal sense of style. So when you see her, you know that she's going to give you the bangles, the colors. She will match the laptop with the shoes. We see that all the time. So there's another thing that is called personal sense of style. Some people are scantily dressed as a matter of their personal sense of style. Maybe they want to show off their skin. I don't know. But it's a personal thing. I wouldn't say it's very African, but like I said again in the beginning, Nigerians particularly, when they copy and overcopy. So they see that, okay, this has gone well in the West, and they want to be like what they've seen on their screens. And then they just, you know, do that and replicate that. But I wouldn't say it's very African. But then again, some people will argue with you and tell you, if you go back in the days of different cultures, if you watch even the Igbo films where you see the maidens, and they will do their stuff like so and tie this short.
Very sexy.
Yeah, and they'll put the beads.
We see it, an Igbo woman, Igbo people will know they dress well.
No, they dress well. I'm talking about the maidens. If you notice my choice of words, the maidens, the unmarried maidens, when they come for all that, their traditional dance and stuff. And it's also prevalent in some other African cultures as well. So maybe that's it. I don't know, but that's just my own view.
I know that you do more than just in your introduction, and I know you do real estate anyway.
Right.
And it is, you're doing different things. And as women, people always make it look like, oh, you are a jack of all trades, you are a master of none, or they will talk about the fact that you're doing, it would affect your ability to be a good parent or manage your home, or be a good wife because your hands are full. So I'd like you to share with us how you manage your multiple talents and multiple streams of income, and how you still maintain how you manage your marriage and family, even with that.
Okay, talking about marriage, I will say I've been very lucky, because it's not my doing per se, and I've got a husband who is very considerate and supporting. Hey, babe, I know you're watching. So I'm thankful for that. And by nature, I'm just someone who cannot sit down. By nature, I'm someone who, when I think something, when the idea drops, I've got to see it materialize. I've got to see that I can create it. I've been able to juggle this. I don't know whether it's my nature, but I would say I've had a very good support system. That's something people ignore a lot. You can't do it all by yourself. I can't do school run and then run to the office and then do sketches and then run to the site, because indeed I'm doing all of these things on a day-to-day. I'm managing a site. I am attending to my clients. I am
managing tailors,
doing virtual consultations. I am at places like this, maybe representing myself or the brand. But you can't do it all by yourself. So you do need a support system. And that's one big thing I would say people should consider if and when they have to build a career or, be at work and be present.
Okay, so I want to ask, how affordable are these your wares?
It's all about the money.
I've got to the place where
fashion is expensive. I don't understand.
Especially the African.
Your fashion
is expensive. So how affordable? Because compared to the ones that they bring in from China, is cheaper. So how do you want us to be able to afford this?
Yes. Bespoke fashion is expensive. Custom dresses are expensive. However, I would say the fashion industry has evolved in Nigeria. We have a lot of ready-to-wear designers. Particularly myself, I have a ready-to-wear brand. I have the couture and bespoke brand. Why? Because I see that not many people can afford couture or custom.
For us,
yes.
Oh, I just realized that Nima wasn't even, okay, yes.
Yes, she wasn't. And we actually made something for her. Yes.
Wow.
So couture is expensive. It takes, not only that, you have to make out time to measure the person, create that outfit to suit that person. A lot of times we have to embellish, and embellishment is done by hand. So if you see a dress, that is filled with crystals, for example, the dress that Kende Bankole wore for the AMVCAs, where she won her Best Actress award at the AMVCAs. If you see that dress, it was hand beaded through and through. So it was just a plain fabric, and we hand beaded everything.
But that was you?
Yeah,
you made that dress?
Yes, that
was I like to see that.
To get that dress.
Get that dress on TV, and I just said that. You made that dress?
Yes.
Oh, and she won an award. How perfect. Like, man, congratulations. Perfect.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Who else did you dress?
I dressed Tana. I dressed Tana. She was also a nominee for Best Supporting Actress.
She wore blue, right?
Yeah, she did wear blue. She did a old Hollywood theme, and we had this fall around her with a blue crystal dress.
I think I saw that.
Yes,
I did.
We did not know that.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
They were really nice. So I, there's something I wanted to talk about, the business side of this, the number of people who gets employed. Because when you spoke about that hand bidding, hey, it's there's one just small kimono that I said they should bid. It took a long time, and the lady was saying that they don't have enough people bidding, and there were some events. But it is so detailed.
Yes.
How many? What's the potential employment opportunities that comes with investing more in fashion? Yeah.
Right. So, of course, fashion is already employing a lot of people. The tailors, the embellishers, even the people who get to sell these things in the market are employed by fashion.
True.
Because if the fashion industry will dwindle, their market will be affected.
The market,
yes.
the fabric sellers.
The demand will be, yes, exactly. So fashion indeed employs a lot of people. Speaking about the embellishers, they do a lot of work because you pick, these beads are so tiny. And then you see a dress with, 1 million beads on it.
How do they do it? How do they do it?
With
Like
your needle and your thread.
Yes.
There's a machine to stone.
Right.
So there's a machine that puts on the crystal stones that have the glue at the back.
Yeah.
But then that's not what we even use as often. That too is detailed.
Yes.
But we don't even use that as often. What we use are beads that you pick with a needle and then you sew on. So yes, couture comes in quite pricey.
But the problem with couture, if I can say, is that the inability to wear it again. I mean, it's so annoying. Look at see BC now. See how gorgeous she is.
She looks so
the stuff on BC's outfit. Was that individually done?
See you.
Yeah, this is Mariam.
Goddess.
This is Mariam.
Wow.
And that's Tokwe. But Tokwe, you made good use of this dress.
No, I've worn the dress. I've worn
you
that
made
dress.
good use of that dress. Yes.
Different.
Very beautiful. And you see, even the styling is another sector in the fashion industry.
Yes.
So there's one thing to do fashion, and then there's another thing to do styling. Let's take Nima, for example. She has her dress on, and then she has this pretty scarf, and then she has a scarf underneath that scarf.
Matches.
And then she puts on a shoe. I saw the shoe from there. She put on a gold, a transparent shoe with gold studs.
Yes.
That's where the styling comes in. How do you put it all together for it to make sense?
When that person
And I had to put
this thing, Nima, you pay makeup artist, you pay photographer, you pay a fashion designer,
Videographer.
you pay stylist,
Yes.
you pay videographer, who come and do the video
and everything.
So let's even talk about the
one
mindset
piece.
behind styling. So today, I'm hosting an event. 3 of my friends have been elevated to the position of a high court judges.
Wow.
And so I'm hosting
Them, right.
doing the MC for the event that we put together. And I was thinking, how do I look? I don't want to go as lawyer. The whole thought process.
So you see, it's a
that
thought process, right?
Yes.
Right.
I'm matching, finding these outfits, matching. So what would you say should be at the back of a person's mind when you style someone?
Let me let you pause because I have to go on a break. When we come back, we'll look at your pictures, we'll answer that question. Your photos from your photo shoot, I like to see those dresses. And carrying this dress, for those who didn't see it, we have to see it.
Yes.
Stay with us.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still here with Safiya. Talking about fashion, bespoke dressing. How long does it take? Because if a client comes to you today, do you need like a month, 2 months, or how? I mean, you know, the Nigerians, we like last minute, like tomorrow, someone like me. I'll forget about the event. It's the day before. I start thinking, oh my goodness, I don't have a dress. I'll start looking for last one. How long do you really need to get a proper dress done?
So it depends on what the event is and who is wearing it.
Okay.
I say who, meaning for a celebrant, you want your dress to be as detailed as possible. So you don't want all those last minutes running around because mistakes can happen. So for celebrants, I'll say 2 months. Even longer, depending on the kind of dress. For example, the dresses I use for my birthday shoots, the peacock dress, which was the blue and green dress. I started that dress in February. And the birthday shoots, you know, was in, I had those pictures just on Saturday. So that dress took months to make. So it depends on the kind of dress. For Ashwebi styling, which is the regular Owambe that we attend every Saturday, maybe that will be 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Your dress will be done, but depends on what you're doing.
So I want to talk about photo shoots. I'm always doing photo shoots for my birthday every year. Even when some years, I'm not going to do photo shoot this year. Last minute, I'll just end up doing photo shoots. But I noticed when you were doing our anniversary shoot, this is our 10th year anniversary shoot.
Right.
And when you were planning this shoot for us, you were functioning as a stylist as well as a fashion designer, and you were thinking of each person. Some people do not have the time to think about, oh, what's the color I want to wear? How do you support people in making their memorable moments even more cherishable by the fashion, how they look and all of that?
So that's the styling. That's where styling comes in. So if looking at the pictures again, you'll see that, and if you recall, I was trying to work with everybody's personality.
Yeah, I remember.
Because if you give a client a dress they can't pull off, they will be so uncomfortable. They will not be happy with you. They will be so uncomfortable. So I'm working with the colors. What color can this person pull off? Some people don't wear bright colors. Some people will tell you, I don't wear red. Some people will say, I don't wear white. Some will say, I don't do black. So you have to be able to know, okay, what colors can this person pull off? For example, a lawyer, for example, lawyers always are in black and white. If I'm styling a lawyer, I don't want to do black and white because it's like you're wearing your uniform. Yes. So I want to take you out of your comfort zones for you to look different, especially if it's a celebration, for example. And basically, all of those things, the personality of the person, you talk about colors, you talk about shape, body type, you talk about their comfort level, because sometimes bespoke clothes can be uncomfortable. Let's not even go to that conversation.
Somebody was doing a wedding when they enter the car, they have to be moving. I mean, why do you have to do that?
Why do you have to suffer like that?
Yeah.
Why must we suffer?
Let's talk about body type.
Yeah.
You know, so you see this, what I order versus what I get.
Oh,
I
please.
know this. You know, I would be wondering, you don't see the body
of the person.
I say,
and you don't have the person's body.
You know,
your whole stomach is...
So dear clients and friends, style yourself for your body. You see someone who has had work done on their body, and you know that your own body is still struggling after 5 children, and then you go and harass the tailor or the designer, and you say, this is what I ordered. And the person has done their best to give you, what they can in your own body. But you want another, you are not ordering a dress now, you're ordering a body. And tailors and designers are not surgeons. Yes. There is so much that a corset can do. The corset mostly helps to take in the waistline from the side bones. It helps to cinch in this part. Not really suppress the tummy. He can't,
to bring out the figure
deflate.
But somewhere they even overdo it, you now see the person.
The person will be swollen.
So back to MVCA or some photo shoots, you see they've squeezed the waist so much, and what would you say is inappropriate in terms of dressing when your entire everywhere is outside? You don't have the chest to wear some outfits, or you don't have we've discussed stomach, but what would you say is inappropriate in terms of dressing that you say, no, this is poor styling? Like,
so much. From choosing the wrong dress for the wrong body type to choosing to volumes. Sometimes some volumes are just unnecessary. That's Tana in a Fulani-inspired outfit, right? That's Tana. Yeah, that was me. I worked with a stylist on this. I made the clothes, designed the clothes, and that's Mariah. That's Mariah in another Fulani dress, and that's me, my humble self,
that's so
in a peacock-inspired dress. Yeah, in a peacock-inspired dress.
We have to wrap up with you, but I think these are really lovely.
Thank you.
Very beautiful. Well done.
Beautiful concept, and it's good to be. You have to be very creative to pull off some of these things. How do you just think of this thing? Do you have to find pictures to put stuff together? How do you just?
No. Okay, let me tell you the inspiration behind the peacock dress. So while I was making that dress, I did not want to do the traditional corsets. I did not want any shine on that dress. And I just thought I love blue and green, and I wanted to harmonize those two. And the picture that came to me immediately was a peacock. Yeah. I remember in my very, very early days growing up, my father had this peacock in his compound, and in the morning it would do and I remember the blue and the green colors so vividly. And I thought I will harmonize this and create a dress that embodies the peacock. And that's how I came up with that.
We have to wrap up with you. I really wanted to see that Kane in the bank list week, but I guess we
couldn't.
I didn't get it.
Nice. Well, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's always good when you do that kind of work and the person that wins an award that puts you on the stage. Like, oh my goodness, that's me. That's my work, you know?
Yeah. So proud of her on her work on Sister.
Yeah. Well done.
Yes.
Proud of her.
That is all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.